Jump shot looking to widen their lead. OG basketball in control. Goes for the rebound. Free throw awarded to OG basketball. One free throw awarded to OG basketball. Oh, timeout. Short timeout for the players to rest a little and just re-strategize. Jump shot going for the kill. That's another point too. Jump shot. Oh, OG basketball just trailing behind. Jump shot going in for another attack. OG basketball just following behind, takes the shot, hits the rim. One minute, 15 seconds left on the clock. Jump shot still in the lead, but just by 4 points. Jump shot going for it. Widening their lead. Less than a minute on the clock. OG basketball looking to narrow that. Another attack by OG basketball. Bringing their points up to 12. 40.2 seconds left on the clock. Will Jump Shot be able to hold on to their lead? Well, they definitely have a lot of fans in the stands. Going in for another attack. A tactical pass, trying to break through the defense. He goes. That's another point to Jump Shot. Less than 30 seconds on the clock. Richie basketball going for it. Intercepted by Jump Shot. Is he going to make the jump shot? Just holding on to possession. Dragging time out for the remaining 10 seconds. Last shot, last attack. Well, we still have Jump Shot in the victory with 17 points against OG basketball with just 12. For our next game, we're going to be having SG Basketball going up against the YGOS Ravens. This once again, it's the men's under 21 Pool B. From SG Basketball, we have Edward Tomalim, Kwek Tia Ray, Sebastian Tan, and Yi Feng Xu. On the other side, YGOS Ravens, we have Ray Ang, Amber Moratin, Jordan Wee, and Nang Shi Kai. And we're off with the next match, starting off strong. Oh, that's really fast. Just 5 seconds in, and it's 1 point already. Oh, that's one more. One more for SG Basketball. SG Basketball with possession. YGOS going in for an attack. Nabbing themselves 1 point. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, just a very gentle reminder, if you are sitting at the front of the bleachers or if you're just by the nets, especially if you've got young children with you, do be careful, especially if the ball comes flying. Once again, just a reminder to be careful because the ball does fly and with great impact at times. YGOS in possession. Looking for a shot. Air ball. SG Basketball with possession. Goes in for a layup. SG Basketball with possession once again. 8.5 minutes to go. 1 more point for SG Basketball, bringing their total up to 5. YGOS takes a shot. SG Basketball dabs themselves another 2 points, bringing their total to 8 points. YGOS takes a shot once again. Still in possession. Goes in for the attack. Goes for a layup. 1 point to YGOS, bringing them up to a grand total of 2. Neither team letting up as they clash over and over and over again. Goes for 2 points. Hits the rim. One more time. That's another point to SG Basketball, bringing their total to 9. One more point to SG Basketball, bringing them up to 10. YGOS in possession. YGOS still in possession. Change of possession. SG Basketball in possession. 6 minutes and 51 seconds left on the clock. Goes for a 2. So close. Free throw awarded to SG Basketball. 1 free throw. Can they widen their lead? Nets it comfortably, bringing their lead up to 11 points. A comfortable 9 points ahead of their opponents, YGOS. SG Basketball in possession. Looks for an opening. Goes for the attack. Another beautiful layup right there, bringing their score up to 12 points in total. YGS going in for the attack. Hits the rim. Not over. Goes one more time. Air ball. SG Basketball in possession. Goes in for the attack. One more point for SG Basketball. Oh, YGOS, 1 point for them. Another point for SG Basketball. YGOS really trailing behind right now with just 3 points against their opponent's 14. Make that 15. YGOS looking for another attack. Perhaps not in the best form today. SG Basketball tries again. Nope, hits the rim. Possession still with SG Basketball. Goes in for attack, drives it through. That's another amazing layup by SG Basketball, widening their gap to 16-3. Less than 5 minutes on the clock. Goes for another one. Tries again. It's the edge of the board. Free throw awarded to SG Basketball. 1 free throw awarded. Widens the gap even further. It's just 4 points to the magic number of 21 right now. Once again, for those who are new to this game, well, after 10 minutes, whoever's in the lead or the first team to 21 points walks away with the victory for this game. SG Basketball with possession, goes in for an attack. So close, so close. Tries again, tries again. Whistle was blown before the shot. Timeout, rest time for both teams. Let them re-strategize, catch their breath and all that. So they pump themselves up. SG Basketball knows that they're just 4 points away from clinching that magic victory. YGOS Ravens trying to strategize on how they're going to stop them from doing that. Back to the free throw awarded to SG Basketball. 1 free throw. Nets it comfortably, bringing their total up to 18. Just 3 more before they hit the magic number of 21. Possession with YGOS Ravens. Less than 4 minutes left on the clock. SG Basketball in possession. Goes in for an attack. Goes on the layup. YGOS Ravens in control. Takes the 2 points. So close. SG Basketball in possession once again. Looks for an opportunity to attack. Still in possession. Still not lost. One more time. 1 more point to SG Basketball, bringing their total up to 19. YGOS makes an attempt. Valiant effort with the rebound. Well, that's 1 more point for the YGOS Ravens, bringing their total up to 4 points. SG Basketball landing 1 more, bringing them up to 20. 1 more shot left. 1 more point is all they need to clinch the victory for this match. YGOS Ravens doing everything they can to stop them. this the last one? Goes in for the attack. Faces a wall in front of him. Okay, looks like I'm cut out a little. Free throw awarded. And with that, we have come to the end of this match with victory going over to OG Basketball. And of course, YGOS Ravens giving a great showing with just 4 points. But nevertheless, both our teams did extremely well. You could see all their efforts on the pitch. Well, looks like I'm back. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, for our next game, we have Beast going up against Triple T Basketball. From Triple T, we have Win Thai, Yen Tian Eng, as well as Kevin Lim. Meanwhile, from Beast, we have Jovan Yong, Ashley Lau, and Ong Nigel. Both teams just with 3 members each. This is our last round, our last match for the men's under-21 Pool B for today. Following this, we will have 3 more matches for the Women's Open Pool A. Just a bit of final tune-ups on the pitch to make sure the lighting is all right. Game will be starting very, very soon. And with that, the match has started, ladies and gentlemen. No substitutions in this match since both teams are only down to 3 members each. There's going to be a hard-fought one for both teams. Oh, there he goes. And that's the first point awarded in the game already. That's awarded, I think, to Beast. Triple T going in for the attack. That's a tactical pass. Beautiful layup once again by Beast, bringing their score up to 2. It's 1 point to Triple T from that beautiful layup. Beast goes for 2 points, and he scores, bringing their grand total up to 4. Trying again, one more time. No dice. Triple T going in for the attack. Air ball. Running in, trying to break through the defense. Goes for a 2-point shot. Hits the rim. Triple T evacuating. Looking for a shot. Hits the rim once again. Beast going in for a 2-point. Going for the layup. That's 1 more point to Beast. Triple T trying for that, and that's another 2 points for Triple T. Oh, wonderful layup. Beast at 6 points, Triple T at 2. Triple T pushing through. 1 more point for Triple T. Beast trying for that 2 points. So close. Going for that layup. That's another point for Beast. Beast in possession. Goes in for the attack. Goes for the layup. 1 more point for Beast. They really are making steady gains. Triple T in possession. Looks for an open teammate. He shoots. Possession to Beast once again. Takes the shot. Such a close shot. Beast still in possession. Goes in for an attack. 1 more time. That's another point to Beast with 9 points in total. Triple T in possession. Goes in for the attack. Goes for a layup. Beast makes the shot. Bringing some tactical passes over here. Takes a shot. Very close shot. Beast in possession. Takes the 2-point shot. Hits the rim. Triple T in possession. Goes for an attack. Drives it through. Can't break through the defense. Intercepted by Beast. Another 2-point attempt. And another 2-point attempt. And he nets it, bringing Beast's score up to 11. Triple T attempts the same thing. Triple T still in possession of the ball. Goes for a 1 point this time. Denied. Goes for 2. I'm surprised. Triple T in possession. 5 minutes left on the clock. Beast in possession. Takes a shot. That's another 2 points for Beast. Further widening the gap between the Beast as well as Triple T. Beast goes in for an attack. Goes for a layup. 1 more point comfortably into the net. He's going in for another attack. Goes for it. 1 more point comfortably into the net. All they need now is 6 more points to end the game. Triple T going in for it. Loses possession. Possession to Beast. Takes a shot. No dice. Goes for a layup. 1 more point awarded to Beast, bringing them to a grand total of 16 points. Where was that going? Once again, just a PSA to all the parents and all the members of the audience. The ball does occasionally fly out of bounds, so do be careful and do take care of yourselves. Once again, we will not be held liable for any incidents or accidents that happen around the arena. Triple T takes a shot. Beast in possession. Goes for an attack. Beast still in possession. Goes for 2 points. No dice. One more try. Well, after 6.5 minutes, I'm sure the players are tired by now, and of course, it affects them especially so since they are only 3 players per team instead of the usual 4 per side, where you usually allow for some substitutions. That's 1 more point for Beast, bringing their total up to 17 points. 4 more points. If they can get to 21, the match would end. Goes in for another attack. Comfortably sinks it into the net. 18 points to Beast and 4 points for the opponent's Triple T. Triple T makes an attempt. Comfortably into the net as well. 5 points to Triple T. 18 points to Beast. He goes in for attack. Passes it to his teammate. Makes a 2-point. No dice. Triple T in possession. Signals his teammate. Goes in for the kill. Tries from outside. 1 more round. Changing possession to Beast. Takes the 2-point. Nets it comfortably. 1 more point for Beast and this game is all over. Triple T doing their best to try and net any more that they can just for that point differential. Beast in possession. Passing it around, making some tactical plays here, taking their shot. And that signals the end of the game. Beast with 22 points, Triple T with 5. Victory to our Beast. Next up, once again, we've got Team Tofu, starring Chloe Teo, Grace Ho, Kai Ning Fu, and Yui Si Teng, going up against Team Influence with Rachel Ong, Emily Leong, Faith Leong, and Yun Hui Wee. In the first round, Influence lost against Groundbreakers 19-5. And of course, in the first round, Tofu lost against CT Tigers 20-3. We're going to see whether they can have a little redemption right now. It's a redemption match for both teams. Who's going to come up on top? Now, once again, before we continue, let's take a moment to recognize the people and partners who made all of this possible. We'd like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Sports Singapore, Active SG, PAX Group, Anta, Geneo, Capital N, and of course, the Basketball Association of Singapore, alongside our dedicated organizing committee for their unwavering support in bringing this event to life. A special shout out goes to PAX Group and Geneo for hosting us here in the West and providing such an amazing venue for the community to come together. Events like this don't just happen. They are built through strong partnerships, shared vision, and a passion for growing this game. Now, this weekend we have actually got 30 teams battling it out, and it's not just local talent. We've got friends joining us all the way from China, Thailand, and Malaysia. And of course, this is the Hua Yenta Cup X NXL Tour 1. And it's this incredible way to kick off the very first tour of this year. Expect non-stop action, fast breaks, big shots, and highlight plays all day long. And of course, I can comfortably say that this day has really been really intense. Now, if you're in for more 3x3 action, we will still be here tomorrow. So if you have time, do come on down and join us once again tomorrow for day 2 of our 3x3 NXL Tour 1. And that marks the start of our game, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, as mentioned, these are redemption match for both our teams. Influence netting the first point with that wonderful layup. Tofu, of course, looking to gain some ground as well. Influence makes another shot. Tofu in possession, goes in for an attack. Influence in possession. Oh, a little bit of a scuffle over there. Hope is everything okay? Possession to Tofu. That's one more point to Team Tofu. Influence in possession, looking for an opening. Substitution. Possession to Tofu once again. The shot clock is ticking. Tofu still in possession. Makes a shot. Change in possession. Influence with possession right now. Tofu makes another shot, lands another one snugly into the net. 3 points to Team Tofu right now. Influence looking to gain some ground. And there goes the shot clock. Once again, if ladies and gentlemen, if I just divert your attention to the shot clock, every team has 12 seconds to make an attempt. Failure to do so, possession changes hands from one team to the other. Tofu trying to go in for an attack. Finds an opening. Nope, defenses are too strong. Influence playing a very defensive game this time round. Makes a pass. Change in possession. Tofu with possession once again. 7 minutes and 17 seconds left on the clock. Tofu digs in. Goes for another attack. Finds an opening. The wall is too strong. You know, as an MC, this is a much easier game for me to do because Tofu generally is white, and Tofu is wearing white this time, so it makes it a lot easier for me to remember. Anyway, Tofu with possession, going in for an attack, goes in for a 2-point shot. No dice. Possession to influence. Influence has an open shot. So close. Tofu in possession. They've gotten it out of the arc. Goes back in for an attack. Intercepted by influence. Makes a tactical pass. Goes in for an attack. Tofu in possession. Non-stop going in for another attempt at an attack. Makes a shot. Possession to influence. Influence in possession. Change in possession. Oh, no. Influence still in possession. Influence going in for the attack. Tofu in possession. Evacuating. Tofu going in for the attack. Finds an opening. She shoots. And she scores. 4 points to Tofu. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. Influence in possession. Goes in for the attack. Drives it through. Hits the rim. Tofu evacuates. Goes in for an attack. She shoots. Intercepted by influence. Possession to Tofu. Going in for the attack. Attempts a shot. Influence in possession. Takes the 2-point. That's another 2 points for influence. Really just narrowing that gap. Right now, influence is just trailing behind by 1 point. Tofu in the lead, 4-3. Tofu going in for an attack. Tries a layup. Further widening that narrow gap that they have. 5 points to Tofu, 3 points to influence. Influence going in for the attack. 1 more point to influence, bringing them up to a grand total of 4 points. Really narrowing that gap between them and Tofu. Possession to influence. Goes in for an attack, but intercepted by Tofu once again. Tofu digging it in. Replay. Influence in possession. With a tactical pass over there. Goes in for an attack. One more shot. Tied at 5 points each right now, just under 4 minutes left on the clock. Free throw awarded to Influence. One free throw awarded to Influence. Tofu in possession. Makes a shot, gets blocked. Tofu looking for an opening. Influence, not gaining any ground. Possession with Influence once again. Takes that shot. Tofu in possession, really just fighting their way out of this. Oh, Influence intercepted, going in for the kill. Tofu in possession. Rim shot. Once again, Tofu going in. Looking for an attacking opportunity. Substitution by Tofu. Possession to Influence. Then they're off once again. Slightly under 3 minutes left on the clock. Open teammate. Ball still in the game. Tofu in possession. Tofu still in possession. Going in for an attack. No dice. This is going to be the first time match since I got here this morning, perhaps. Takes a 2-point shot. Nope. Possession to Influence. Makes a tactical pass. And she nets one more point. No, 2 more points. Incredible game to Influence. 7-5 to Influence. Tofu definitely looking to close that gap. Influence in possession. Foul has been called. Timeout. Time for teams to get a little bit of rest and to re-strategize perhaps. Both teams back on the pitch. Possession to Influence. Going in for the attack, finding several openings. She shoots. Tofu in possession right now. Evacuates out of the arc. Possession to Influence, less than 2 minutes left on the clock with Influence in the lead. Influence trying to find a way to break through the defense, goes for the shot. Nets another point in. That's 8 points to Influence. And let's let the ambulance go by first. Another point over to Tofu, bringing them up to 6 points in total. Influence still in a 2-point lead. Less than 1.5 minutes left on the clock. That's another point to Influence, bringing them up to a grand total of 9. Influence in possession. Makes a shot. Possession to Tofu. Less than a minute left on the clock. 59.2 seconds left on the clock. Tofu makes a shot. Nabs them that 2 points. Really tightening that gap. This is going to be an intense remaining 45 seconds. Influence goes for the shot. Possession still with Influence. Tries again. Influence still in possession. Goes for a shot once again. Possession over to Tofu. 30 seconds left on the clock. Tofu looking to narrow that gap at the very least. Four seconds left. Tofu still in possession. Makes the shot. Hits the rim. Goes for a layup. 5.7 seconds left. Is Tofu going to be able to make that shot to actually just to equalize? Or will Influence be able to hold on to that 1-point lead? Free throw awarded to Tofu. If they can make this, it will be at least an equalization shot. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the game. And the game goes to Influence. This definitely was a nail-biting match between Influence and Tofu. Final score, Influence 9, Tofu 8. Winners are Influence. Now our penultimate match for today, we've got Nylon going up against Groundbreakers. We'll just pull up the information for now. Team Nylon, we've got Jamie Tai, Link Xian Chua, Valerie Gan, as well as Queenie Chan. And on the other hand, Groundbreakers, we've got Jing Tian Kwek, Kai Ning Huang, Ying Xin Lin, as well as Zizi Li. And with that, the match has already started. One foul already, that's fast. Groundbreakers scoring that first shot already with a free throw. Nylon in possession, she shoots, hits the rim. Groundbreakers in possession, tactical pass right there. Digs deep, tries to go for an attack. Getting pinned from both sides. Possession to Nylon. Groundbreakers in possession. Going for another attack. Little bit of a scuffle over there. 8 minutes and 47 seconds left on the clock. Groundbreakers in possession, goes in for the attack, goes for the layup. One more point awarded to Groundbreakers. Nylon in possession, looking to close that gap. Groundbreakers making another attempt. Nylon, nope, Groundbreakers in possession. Tries to go in for the attack. One more try. Groundbreakers in possession, makes a 2-point attempt. Another 2-point attempt. No dice. Possession to Nylon. Takes a shot. Hits the rim. Groundbreakers in possession. Tactical pass right there, makes a shot. Nope. Possession over to Nylon. Still looking to score their first point in this game. Getting pinned up from both sides once again. Groundbreakers in possession. Finds an opening, goes for an attack. Foul ball. One free throw awarded to Groundbreakers. Are they going to be able to further their lead? Groundbreakers stay in possession, goes for a shot. She shoots. Nylong in possession. Going for attack. Tactical pass to a teammate. Board was in the way. Groundbreaker's in possession. Makes a 2-point attempt. Flails out. One more attempt. 1 point though. Nylong in possession. Clears the arc. Looking for an opening to shoot. Nylong in possession. Nope, Groundbreakers in possession. Goes for a shot. That's 1 more point to Groundbreakers. 6.5 minutes left on the clock. 6.5 minutes left on the clock. Groundbreakers are up by 3 points currently, with Nylong still looking for their first point. That's another point over to Groundbreakers. They're making steady gains, steady climbs, on average 1 point per minute. Slight break for both teams. 6 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock. Right now, Nylong is still looking to score their first point, although they already have accumulated 4 fouls already. Meanwhile, Groundbreakers doing pretty well for themselves, scoring an average of 1 point per minute. Right now, they're up 4 points ahead of their opponents with a strong lead. Groundbreakers in possession. Goes in for the attack. One more attempt. Tactical pass right there. Nylong in possession. Tries for a shot. Groundbreakers in possession. Goes in for the attack. One more try. 2-point shot. Hits the rim. Groundbreakers still in possession. Looking for a teammate to pass it to. Instead going in for an attack. She shoots and she lands it within the net once again. That's 1 more point awarded to Groundbreakers. Groundbreakers in possession. Possession still to Groundbreakers. 4 minutes and 53 seconds left on the clock. Really, it's about an average of 1 point per minute right now. Hits the rim. Not the end of the attack. Free throw awarded to Groundbreakers once again. 1 free throw. Must have been the sirens. Groundbreakers in possession. Clears the arc. Makes a 2-point. Nabs that 2 points once again. Bringing their score comfortably up to 7 points. 7 points to Groundbreakers. Nylong still looking for their first point of this match. Takes a shot. Groundbreaker still in possession. Going in for another attempt at an attack. One more time. One more attempt. Tactical pass right there. Loses possession. Nylon with possession. Clears the arc. Makes an attempt. Failed the pass. Goes for a 2-point. That's another 2 points for Groundbreakers. Well done. First point for Nylon. And another point for Groundbreakers immediately after. Play on. Another point for Nylon right there. 2.5 minutes left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Nylon in possession. Bit of a timeout for both teams right now. Both teams back on the pitch. Possession to Groundbreakers. Groundbreakers still in possession. Nylon putting up a wall. No dice. Change in possession. Nylon in possession. Looking for an opening. Oh. Bad pass. Possession over to Groundbreakers. Makes a shot. So close, so close. One minute and 45 seconds left on the clock. Nylon with possession, looking for a teammate to pass to. Everyone seems to be marked right now. Intercepted. Groundbreakers in possession. 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Takes a shot. That's another 2 points awarded to Groundbreakers, bringing their grand total up to 12 points. Nylon looking for their point differential. Clears it from the arc. Looking for open teammate. Goes in for a run. Denied. Groundbreakers in possession. Tactical pass right there. Makes another attempt at 2 points. 45 seconds left on the clock. Nylong in possession. Groundbreakers trying for another attack. Goes for a layup. 1 more point awarded to Groundbreakers. 30 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Goes for a layup. Nylon planning their route of attack. Denied. Possession once again to Groundbreakers with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Probably the final attack of this match. That's another point for Groundbreakers. Does it count? Does it count? Maybe not. Yes, it counts. So that's 14 points to Groundbreakers, 2 points to Nylon. Well done to both of our teams. And of course, for our last match of today, we have once again CT Tigers going up against Jump Shot. This is going to be our last match of today. From Jump Shot, we have Zavlin Yek and Catherine Tan, Cecilia Ang, as well as Kang Yi Tan. On the other hand, CT Tigers, Kwanjira, Parasupa, Waranga Kana, as well as Wishayapon. CT Tigers absolutely dominated their match at 4 p.m. with 20 points against Tofu. And on the other hand, Jump Shot also dominated just now with 21 points, a nearly clean game against Nylon. This is definitely going to be a match to keep your eyes out for, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, as we draw an end to this event, may I just remind everyone to please clean up after yourselves and not to leave any rubbish behind. Once again, as we come to the close of the event, can I just remind everyone to please clean up after yourself. Please do not litter. Once again, a gentle reminder that littering can lead to a fine of $500. We all know that Singapore is a fine city, not just because it's really fine, but because of the many fines that are imposed around us. So once again, if you want to avoid being fined, please remember to clean up after yourselves. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have started the last match of this evening. Once again, that's CT Tigers going up against Jump Shot. This is definitely going to be an intense match to watch. CT Tigers in possession, Jump Shot in possession, making an attempt. That's 2 attempts already. Yeah, once again, just a gentle reminder to anyone with children as well. The balls do come on flying over to our direction occasionally, so please be careful, especially if you do have little children near you. First point down by CT Tigers. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a day it has been here at Geneo. From the very first game to the final buzzer, we have seen intensity, passion, and some incredible basketball on display. Right now, we're having our last match of the day, but this is just the beginning because tomorrow, that's where the real battle begins. The stakes get higher, the games get tougher, and only the best will rise. CTI is making that shot. Jump shot in possession. Looking for an open teammate. Makes a shot. It's a yank. Possession to jump shot. Making a tactical pass, finding an open teammate. Digging in for an attack. Didn't quite work out there, did it? Possession to CT Tigers. Going in for the attack. With an amazing layup that brings their points up to 3 points in total. 7 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. CT Tigers still in possession. Tactical pass right there. Goes in for an, looking for an open teammate. Goes in for an attack. Tigers in possession, looking for an opening, goes in for an attack. Possession to jump shot. Possession to CT Tigers. Hang tight. Let's give us a little time, ladies and gentlemen. There seems to be some technical difficulties. And we're back on. Possession to jump shot. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Goes in for the attack. Layup. Intercepted by CT Tigers. Goes for the 2 points. Possession to jump shot. One free throw awarded to Jump Shot. CT Tigers in possession. Goes for an attack. Takes a shot. Denied. Oh. Yeah, this is why I keep reminding everyone to be careful while out there. And of course, not to stay too close to the net either. CT Tigers in possession. Goes in for an attack. 6 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. Jump shot going for that 2 points. It's another point for CT Tigers. Jump shots looking for their first point. Is this going to be it? Possession to Jump Shot. Going in for the attack. Goes for a layup. National pride is on the line in this game for sure. CT Tigers going in for an attack. Nope. Buzzer catches them out. Change in possession. Goes back to Jump Shot. 5 minutes and 49 seconds left on the clock. CT Tigers making another attempt. Goes for a layup. CT Tigers trying once again. Currently, CT Tigers are at 4 points. Jump Shot at 0. CT Tigers with 4 fouls. Jump Shot with 5. Possession to CT Tigers. 5.5 minutes left on the clock. CT Tigers going in for an attack. Possession to Jump Shot. Makes a tactical pass. Goes in for the kill. Makes an attempt. Finally, the first point awarded to Jump Shot. 5 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock. Jump Shot still has a chance at redemption at this. Possession still with Jump Shot. Makes that shot. CT Tigers in possession. Brings it out of the arc. Possession to CT Tigers. CT Tigers, of course, looking to widen their narrow lead. But, of course, Jump Shot not giving up at any time soon. But that's one more point for CT Tigers, bringing them up to 5 points in total. Jump Shot looking to get through this. Looks like it's one free throw awarded to jump shot. Will they make this? That's another point for jump shot, bringing them up to 2 points. CT Tigers looking to further widen their lead. Going in for their 2 points. Jump shot in possession, looking for an opening. Makes another attempt at 2 points once again. Jump shot in possession. Looking to actually narrow that gap. Goes in for the attack. She shoots. And she lands it straight in the net. Bringing their point total up to 3 points. 4 minutes left on the clock. CT Tigers, of course, looking to widen that. Looks like it's a bit of a man-down situation. Okay, no medic activated, so it's fine. Yet. Hey, free throw awarded. So once again to CT Tigers. 2 free throws awarded. One more point for CT Tigers. One more free throw. Possession to jump shot right now. Jump shot 2 points behind. Makes a tactical pass, tries a 2-point shot. CT Tigers in possession. Looking for an open teammate to pass it to. Jump shot intercepts. Jump shot in possession. Looks for an opening. CT Tigers back in possession. CT Tigers in the lead right now with 3 points lead. Do they wind it there to? That's another point awarded to CT Tigers, putting them at 7 points in total. Three minutes and 17 seconds left on the clock. CT Tigers with 7 points. Jump shot with 3. That's another point for the CT Tigers, bringing them up to 8. One more. Comfortably, that's it, bringing them up to 9. Really just pulling away from whatever point difference they have right now. Jump shot in possession, makes that attack. CT Tigers with possession, makes that shot. That's another 2 points for CT Tigers, bringing them all the way up to 11 points. Oh. No, nothing called. CT Tigers in possession. Takes that shot. Jump shot in possession. She shoots. Another attempt. That's another point for jump shot. bringing them up to 4 points right now. And my mic is down once again. Calling for Taifa for technical issues or money or anybody. Jump shot takes a shot. CT Tigers in possession, looking for an open teammate. She passes. One more tactical pass. Takes the shot. She scores. That's another 2 points for CT Tigers. Jump shot currently 9 points behind, looking to catch up as much as they can in this remaining 1 minute and 24 seconds. Yeah, a bit of a break right now. Players back on the pitch. CT Tigers in possession. She takes the shot. Going for it. No, backing away. Tigers still in possession. Tactical pass right there. Goes in for it. One minute and 2 seconds left on the clock. Jump shot in possession. CT Tigers leading with 13 points. Jump shot with 4 points. Yeah, that's another wonderful layup by Jump Shot, bringing them up to 5 points in total. 45 seconds left on the clock. Possession of CT Tigers. CT Tigers looking for an opening. Finds an opening, goes in for the kill. No dice. 35.8 seconds left on the clock. Possession once again with Jump Shot. Looking for an opening to attack. Makes a tactical pass. She takes a shot. CT Tigers in possession once again. Goes in for the attack. Makes a tactical pass. Goes for the 2 points. .6 seconds left on the clock. CT Tigers still in possession. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. 5 seconds left on the timer. Jump shot in possession. One final shot. And that's the end of the match. CT Tigers clinch victory with this round with 13 points. Jump shot with 5. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, what a day it has been here at Geneo. From the very first game to the final buzzer, we have seen intensity, passion, and some incredible basketball on display. Every team brought their fight, and the atmosphere today has been nothing short of amazing. Now, as we wrap up the last match of this day, this is just the beginning. Tomorrow, that's where the real battle begins. The stakes get higher, games get tougher, and of course, only the best will rise. So make sure you come back, bring your friends, bring your crew, and get ready for an even bigger day of action. Once again, thank you to all our partners and sponsors for making today possible. Rest well, recharge, and we'll see you all tomorrow for the next chapter of the Hua Yan Da Cup X NXL Tournament Tour number 1. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, just a gentle reminder for you to clear all your rubbish. Please do not litter. A gentle reminder that littering carries a fine of $500. Thank you and good night.